Am I the asshole for posting a picture of myself wearing my boyfriend's military uniform? Okay, so I don't know if I'm really the asshole here, but I do think it's a bad situation, so bear with me. This happened 2 days ago. My F-25 boyfriend M29 is in the military. We've been dating for 6 months and we live in different towns. He comes over to visit on weekends, but I never been to his hometown, and whenever I try to visit he's always busy. He came over to spend the weekend with and brought his military uniform. He was in the shower while his uniform was sitting on the bed. I felt bored and decided to put it on and took a picture of me wearing it. I then shared it on my Facebook as my story, and thought nothing of it. But once he found out, he blew up and started yelling at me saying I should have never touched his work stuff. I was baffled at his reaction. I said I was just trying it on, but he said that I was being reckless towards his work. When he found out I posted a picture of me in it, he lost it completely. He told me he can't believe I jeopardized his job for shits and giggles, and for some internet likes. He was making me nervous, so I told him he was overreacting. He kept mumbling that I screwed him over because the uniform had his name tag on it. I asked so what, and he said that I don't get to fuck with his job and sabotage it with how I was acting. We had a fight. He grabbed his stuff and went back to his hometown after demanding I take the picture down and wipe it off my phone. I've been trying to contact him ever since but still got no reply. I left him messages from Messenger and he reads them but doesn't reply. Am I the asshole? I think I might have messed up, but part of me says this was an overreaction on his part. I never been to his hometown, and whenever I try to visit he's always busy. Dude. He got pissed because he has a wife. LMAO. The military has a strict dress code, but they really hate adultery. That's what this is really about. Esh. You are the asshole veteran here, and he can get into a lot of trouble for that. That uniform isn't for you to play dress up. He's not overreacting, you're being disrespectful. Not to mention you could cost him his job. And yes, it is that serious. Navy veteran here. As soon as I read the title, it made my blood boil. He was not even remotely overreacting. Never, never, never put on a true military uniform that you did not earn. Not for any reason whatsoever. And take that picture down now. You are the asshole 1,000 times over. Edit. Thank you for the awards. If he is a Marine, it's taken very seriously and can cause him to get punished for gear adrift under Article 134 of the UCMJ. This isn't a costume party, and military uniforms are protected under Title 10 Chapter 45 of the U.S. Code. I told him he was overreacting. Well, he wasn't. The military doesn't fuck around. You could have easily got his discharged. Hell, you might have ruined his career in the armed forces. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. You're also the side chick BTW. Am I the asshole for skipping my best friend's wedding, just because? I'm 31, female, and a hermit. I have exactly 2 friends, and I talk to them and to my family mostly online, meeting them only every now and then. I don't have social anxiety or anything, but people drain me so much I can barely function by the end of a workday. Just extremely introverted, I guess. I don't do social gatherings, and people who met me know this. Friend 01 got married last year. I showed up for the ceremony, dropped off my gift and left before the reception even started. She thanked me for showing up at all. Barely an hour into the reception of my own brother's wedding he told me that I'm free to go home now. He's surprised I lasted this long. The issue? Friend 02 is getting married next year, and she's planning a destination wedding. I'd like to make this clear. There's just no universe in which I'm flying 6 hours only to spend a full weekend socializing with people I don't even know. I told friend 02 I will follow the ceremony online, and give them my present after they return. She got upset and is currently giving me the "I'm not mad, I'm disappointed" routine. She said she's upset because I'm prioritizing my own comfort over her feelings. I told her she's right, and that I will always put my comfort level above other people's feelings, hence the number of friends I have, and that she knew this very well from the start. Does that make me a shitty friend? Probably yes. Was one of the first things I said to her. We can be friends, but don't expect me to go to your wedding. Also yes. I do care about her feelings and I did not mean to hurt her, but I also feel like she set us both up for failure with her expectations, like she doesn't know one of the reason I don't do people is because I'm allergic to such expectations. On the other hand, I guess it's not unreasonable to expect your best friend to attend your wedding, so there's that. AITA? PFFT. Choosing a destination wedding automatically means you have to accept some people not attending solely because of that. The way this post is worded, it doesn't sound like you even have two friends. Just two people you decided to tolerate. Frankly, I feel bad for them and bad for you. Relationships, regardless of platonic, romantic or familial, should enhance your life, not drain it. You sound like you may benefit from therapy. I vote you are the asshole only because in one breath you say you care about her feelings but in the other breath you say too bad so sad me first. I hope you find joy one day, it sounds like you desperately need it. You are the asshole. I'm basically a hermit, too. So I get it. But when you prioritize your personal comfort over a huge event in your friend's life, you're clearly communicating what your priorities are. You can't expect that to not hurt people's feelings. No assholes here, but don't be surprised if they don't want to continue being friends with you. Not the asshole, and people who plan destination weddings should expect this. The world does not stop for a wedding, especially destination weddings. Was one of the first things I said to her. We can be friends but don't expect me to go to your wedding. Also yes. Yikes lol. Kudos for laying it all on the table, but I'd say you're coming off like you are the asshole, partly because you're so blasé about her feeling sad that her friend can't be arsed to act like a friend. Am I the asshole for giving my aunt back all the Star Wars stuff she gifted me? So my aunt for some reason thinks she decides other people's interests for them. She just gifts them a bunch of stuff from it, even if they like something else. She's done it since I was a kid. My mom barely even drinks Coke, but she has tons of Coke products. A clock, a shirt, a blanket, a bear, some cups, etc. Lately she's been getting my 15-year-old brother Minecraft stuff, which he doesn't play. I don't like Star Wars, never have. I tried watching a few of the movies and they didn't interest me. Since I was 11 or 12, I'm 17 now, my aunt gives me something Star Wars related for my birthday or Christmas. I literally have a shelf in my closet I put the stuff on because I won't wear it, and have no use for it, but every so often she'll bring it up to my mom, so it's nice to have just in case. We've told her countless times that we appreciate the thought, but those aren't things we're interested in. She just brushes it off and says, those are popular, or, everyone likes Star Wars. I've tried telling her not to buy me anything but she still does. Well, yesterday she came over for dinner and my mom said something about going shopping the next day. Then my aunt started with, well, he has a bunch of shirts I've given him over the years that I never see him in, so he definitely doesn't need shirts. I just sorta sat there. Then she looked at me and said, why don't you wear stuff I give you? I said, because it's in my room. She got up and barged into my room, uninvited. Then said, I don't see it, so I opened my closet. She said, you have it hidden in your closet? I was like, yay. I don't like Star Wars as I've told you a million times, so I stick it in my closet. She said, you might not like Star Wars but you should at least use it and appreciate the gift. I just stood there. She said, either start using it or give it back and I'll give it to someone that's not ungrateful, so I grabbed a box and put it in there and gave it to her. She said, I can't believe you're being so inconsiderate and hurtful, and left. My mom said she can't believe I would do that. She said I should have just put a shirt on or some of the stuff out on a shelf in my room and then put it back when my aunt left. I'm just sick of my aunt acting like she can force us to like certain things. She asked for it back, so I gave it back. Am I the asshole? NTA. Your mom is the ass for backing up the aunt instead of backing you up and enforcing your boundaries. Not to say how much of an ass your aunt is. Next time you receive a gift you don't like, sell it, or refund it, and buy yourself something you like. I was so ready to call you the asshole, but then I got to the end and she literally said to give it back if you aren't going to wear it. What did she expect? Not the asshole. May I suggest that you should decide that your aunt likes Emily Post books as gifts from now on? Miss Manners will do in a pinch of you can't find Post. That's apparently how it works. You decide what your relative likes and keep giving her presents in the same vein, regardless of any protests from the gift recipient. Done and dusted. Not the asshole, and your mother doesn't need to enable entitled behavior to ostensibly keep the peace. If the above suggestion sounds ridiculous to her, then she owes you an apology and needs to provide your aunt with some gentle and consistent correction, at the very least. Honestly, if you told her you don't like it, and she continued to give it to you, then not the asshole. It's also none of her business what you wear and whether or not your parents take you shopping. You called her bluff. Not the asshole. Lol, she gave the op a choice, sucks to suck. Not the asshole. You went wildly above and beyond to keep it and then give it back to her. She may not ever get you a gift again, but at least she won't waste her money and your time with gifts you literally don't or you don't want at all. Weird for her to get mad about it though. Am I the asshole for lying about waxing to my BF? So I'm 23 female, dating my ex-boyfriend for about 4 months ago. Recently he started asking me why I only trim my body hair and not wax or shave. I have thick roots and sensitive skin, so although I enjoy smooth skin, I prefer rash and itch-free over smooth skin. When I told him that, he started researching and started giving me ideas. Like hard wax, pre- and post-wax lotion, etc. Obviously I have tried all of this. And it's quite annoying that he won't stop asking me. And also I don't have as much body hair as him. So I told him I'll get waxing if does too. He backed off. But still kept asking me. I told him let's buy all of it together and get waxed together. He made lots of research and finally agreed. He bought his own products for pain-free waxing. And I told him pain-free waxing existed, it doesn't. We went to the parlor and he already started annoying the lady about how he want to be waxed and how she should wax me. She looked at me and I told her he wants it pain-free and he's insisting that I get myself waxed at least twice a month. She understood what I meant and put hard wax all over him as per his instruction. She applied it all over his hands and armpits. She pulled the armpit one first and he started screaming, but she kept on going to his hands and he was crying and basically begging her to stop. She asked him whether he wants to continue, but he said no and asked me to get it too. I told him I suddenly don't feel like it. He went ballistic and yelled at me about how I tricked him into getting it and I'm enjoying his pain and being a huge asshole while crying. I told him he's the asshole for thinking it would hurt me any less and kept insisting even after I told him to stop. He went home crying and later I received a call from his parents about how much pain he's in and I'm an asshole for tricking their baby and causing him pain. I told them off, and packed his things up and went to drop them at his parents' place as he wouldn't pick up my calls. He was lying in the couch with ice packs all over him and his mom was cutting off some of the wax from his skin with scissors and he was still crying. I felt awful for telling him waxing is painless. So AITA. Edit. When we were buying things for waxing he bought all the stuffs for him and said, with all of this it wouldn't even be slightly painful, right? And I said yeah. Not the asshole. Everyone who is saying he didn't know it would hurt or ignoring that. 1. He did extensive research on the internet and is clearly equipped to understand what waxing is and that generally it hurts deeply. Because it is your hairs getting pulled out. And 2. He was perfectly okay making her get waxed and would not have let it go until she tried it. Why is women going through that pain acceptable for something she doesn't even want or benefit from, but not a guy going through that pain for something he is deeply invested in? Yeah, at first I was on the fence but nope, not the asshole. There isn't a justified option so I'm going to say not the asshole. You should feel no shame at exposing him to the same treatment he was insisting you out yourself through. The only way you misstepped slightly was by lying. I'm going to chalk that up to youth and tell you to feel more comfortable just stating the facts. You will be surprised at how many people still slit their own throats, without the niggling. AITA, questions for yourself. Also thank you for sharing the thought of that asshole having to have his mom cut the wax off his privates. Yeah, that's cosmic karma level right there. Move onward and upward from that jerk. Wow, 4 months in and he was that controlling already? Good job. And #X200B. Not the asshole. I tricked him into getting it and I'm enjoying his pain. So. You don't get to get a quick larf out of his pain, but he expects to benefit from your pain? Multiple times a month? At your monetary expense? I'm happy you kicked his shit out. Don't feel bad. Do not feel bad. Feel joyous that that punk got a taste of his own medicine. His own waxy, painful medicine. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. My mom gifted me an epilady years ago and it hurt and I let my husband use it on himself because I was sick of him bitching about my totally normal body hair. He wasn't a baby about it though. All these ESH and YTA don't get how insidious OP's ex's thinking is. 1. He's consumed way too much porn. 2. He really wants sex with very, very, very young girls. 3. Or both. You did good giving him back to his parents and letting him be their problem. Info. How did he manage to get his parents involved? But mommy, her vulva is hairy and I want to fuck a smooth pussy. I know, baby, I know. She's a mean lady.